here we go. Let's start.
Well, I'm joined now by Hans Niemann and by his lawyer, Terence Oviv. So, first question, Hans, for you. Why have you got your lawyer with you?
Well, considering the recent case and settlement, some legal questions my lawyer might be able to better answer. And to be honest, Terry and his team has been, frankly, great in helping me resolve this case. And I'm very, very thankful to them for believing in me. And this is not just he's not just my lawyer. He's a friend. He's a confidant, and he's someone who I trust fully. And that's why he's here today.
Okay, so look, you are a chess prodigy.
Fun fact. First things first. I'm gonna be honest. Like paying your friend. First things first. It's pretty funny calling your lawyer a friend. That's an interesting way of looking at it. But let's keep going.
No question. You're a grandmaster, which you got that title into 17. You ranked the 4th best junior chess player in the world. So you're a brilliant chess player. The question mark that got put over your head came after you beat Norway's world champion, Magnus Carlsen. This is back in Missouri in September 2022, so a year ago. And you beat him, ending a 53-game unbeaten streak. And as a result, you were accused of being a cheat. And you were accused of cheating
Quality's good,
in a
right?
particularly fascinating manner, which is the allegation was that your coach had basically instructed you to insert anal beads inside yourself, which he would then send remote signals to.
Oh my God.
First of all, when that story broke...
Oh my God. Oh my God. This I don't... First of all, I'm going to say this also. First of all, a big shout out to, of course, the legendary chess bras. First and foremost, because this whole thing with anal beads started because of the chess bras and someone in their chat. And the reason that it exploded is because the richest... I actually don't know if he's the richest person in the world today. But the richest person in the world, of course, Elon Musk tweeted about this. Let's keep going, though.
Broke those allegations. What was your reaction?
Well, obviously, it was very disheartening to be accused of cheating after that victory. But these things, it happened, and I learned a lot from that time, and it really has taught me a lot of very, very important lessons about life and chess. And I think it's only strengthened my resolve, and it's only motivated me, further. And it's shown me that. With the help of people like Terry, in life, it's really important to have people who help you. And that's why, because of this, I've started a scholarship where I'm giving away $10,000 to talented chess players throughout the world. So, I think that, when difficult things happen to you in life, you have to learn from them, and you have to, move forward, and you can't live in the past.
Okay, but just to be clear, you didn't cheat.
Of course not.
So what have you had to learn if you didn't cheat?
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! You cannot be serious. I had a feeling this was going to be funny, but oh man. Oh geez. Oh my gosh. Jeez.
Well, I think the learning experience was more so the media attacking me and all the chess world crashing down on me. I think dealing with that was a learning experience. Dealing with all that pressure and competing under all that pressure.
But again, to be clear on the specific allegation, have you ever used anal beads while playing chess? Not a question I ever thought I'd ask a guest.
Oh my God, this is just too good. This is seriously like out of this world insane.
Well, you're curious.
Let's go back. Let's watch it again.
But again, to be clear on the specific allegation, have you ever used anal beads while playing chess? Not a question I ever thought I'd ask a guest, to be honest, but.
Well, your curiosity is a bit concerning. Maybe you're personally interested, but I can tell you no.
Okay, categoric no.
Of course, yes, categorically no.
Look, I didn't make the allegations. I'm just repeating what was put to you at the time. As a result of the furore that developed, you were investigated by chess.com. They banned you while they did this, and they published a report saying that you had likely cheated more than 100 times in online games. You then admitted you had cheated, I think, twice, you said, in online games on chess.com when you were 12 and 16, but denied ever doing so in an in-person game. Is that an accurate assessment of what went down?
That's correct.
So I guess the obvious question from that is, given you've admitted to cheating, is it completely outrageous that people thought you may have continued cheating?
Well, let me just clarify that the chess.com report where they, accused me of cheating over 100 games is completely defamatory. And, as outlined in my lawsuit, the person who actually wrote that report, Danny Wrench, told me himself that they knew that I had never cheated while streaming. And the most serious accusations in that report happened while I was streaming live on Twitch. And the only reason that they banned me, was because
okay, like, I mean, that's what Hans is saying there. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think that's what was said. I think they were talking about specific matches in the chess.com report in prize money events. So, I mean, that's a little bit disingenuous.
Merger with the Play Magnus group, and their new, star ambassador was making a mockery of himself, and they need to back up his accusations and discredit me. So, chess.com's report accusing me of 100 games of cheating is frankly ridiculous, and the timing that they decided to ban me, only during this merger and only after this accusation, it's absolutely ridiculous, and that report should not be taken seriously whatsoever.
But and also, Piers, it's important to note that it was a 51-page hit piece.
Right.
And at the end of those 51 pages, there was no evidence whatsoever that he cheated online. That was the accusation. That was what they had banned him from. That was what Magnus had stated. There was not a scintilla of evidence to support any of that, and there still isn't.
I understand, but just to be clear, again, Hans, when you did cheat, the ones you've admitted to, what were the circumstances of the cheating?
I don't recall that's what the report
old,
said. But
I was very young. It was not. It was in a tournament, but it was a childish mistake and something I've admit to. And I don't think that something you do when you're 12 and something, with a couple $100 in the.
I mean, I'm confused. I'm actually confused. Like, I'm actually confused. Like, they're saying that the report. I mean, maybe the lawyer just got the words confused. To be fair, like it's obviously possible. He could have just gotten confused. He might say over the board versus online, but it just seems. I thought the report very clearly said one thing and not the other thing. But let's keep going.
I was very young. It was not.
It's probably just confusing words.
In a tournament, but it was a childish mistake and something I've admit to. And I don't think that something you do when you're 12 and something, with a couple $100 in the line, should have any.
No, but how did you cheat?
Well, you use a chess engine to give you the moves.
What, a computer or something?
It was like an iPad.
So someone was giving you moves from an iPad?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was a very childish thing. I didn't even understand the seriousness of what was happening.
But then you were 16 and did it again. Was it the same thing again when you were 16?
Well, when I was 16, this was not a prize money event. These were random, meaningless games. It's
first things first, I'm just going to outright say this. Like, an event, whether it be Title Tuesday or an event for a couple hundreds of dollars, even if it's like $200 first prize, like say Arena Kings or something, like that is never meaningless. Like those are games with like money on the line. Like you have professionals trying to earn a living playing the game. Like I mean, I don't know what to say to that, but let's keep going.
But how did you cheat the second time?
Let's go back. What do you say?
Well, when I was 16, this was not a prize money event. These were random, meaningless games. It's like going to play Call of Duty and you.
Wait, did you just say Call of Duty?
Going to play Call of Duty and you. It was a similar manner.
Call of Duty? I mean, if you like cheat with aim assist or some of these other things in Call of Duty, you get banned from Call of Duty. What is he even talking about? Like you get banned if you get caught cheating in COD. You get banned. Like this is not exactly like rocket science.
That's one you can put down to being a 12-year-old kid. All right, you make a mistake, you learn your lesson, you move on. But to do it again 4 years later when you're 16, it's only like 4 years ago. Why did you do it again?
Well, it was I saw views those games as meaningless, and they were meaningless. There was no money or anything attached to them, and again, it was a childish mistake. I was living on my own when I was 16. I was financially independent, and I felt a lot of pressure. You know, I just simply wanted to get a higher rating on the website. But I want to make a differentiation, Piers. When you talk about online chess and in-person chess, this is a very, very different thing, and you need to understand the difference between that. These online games, these are absolutely meaningless. And you know, some of the
Oh
people
my
who,
God! Online games are Online games are meaningless. Wow. I've heard it all. That's just wow. That's just wow. That's incredible. I'm sure that Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, the French player, doesn't agree. Let me see if I can find this tweet from MVL. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, let me see if I can find MVL's tweet quickly. I think MVL made a tweet. Let's see. Let me find the whole thread very quickly while we go through this. I mean, that's amazing he says this. Yeah. Okay, what else do we... One second. Yeah, so MVL, like, I'm just going to put this up here very quickly because we have this thread from MVL. I'm not going to go through the thread in depth, but let's go through it. It says, okay, let's see. I don't need to read the first couple. We'll start with number 3. It says, you could imagine a timeout system if a player is strong and suspected, but without enough proof for a ban. You could give that player an opportunity to prove himself by playing from a live location with neutral equipment without having to give names. Number 4, for players that are eventually banned because the evidence is so strong, it should ideally lead to a ban over the board. I believe that is the one deterrent strong enough to help getting rid of this plague. So yeah, so MVL basically right here, Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, one of the top players in the world, essentially is saying that online should be treated the same way as over the board. So I mean, I'm just kind of stunned that Hans is basically saying online chess, it's all just meaningless, doesn't matter at all. I mean, that's very disheartening, very, very disheartening to hear.
or accusing me, you know, in these casual online games, you know, some people are streaming, you know, it's not, you know, you need to really understand
here's the problem I have with
difference
it.
in the severity.
I don't like people that cheat in any form of competitional sport because to me, it just kills the integrity and purity of it. And I guess you would agree with that, right?
No, of course.
So,
but you should understand, you know, the difference between when you're, you know, young child and you're under severe pressure and you make a mistake. And you know, you should also understand that when it comes to over-the-board official tournaments, I've never cheated, and there's absolutely no evidence that I've ever cheated.
He's getting angry. He's getting angry here. You hear how his voice is going up. He's starting to get angry here. Why am I misinterpreting? He just said they're casual, meaningless games. That's what he said. Those are his words, not mine.
Here's the problem with that. Like I said, when you're 12, all right, I get it. But to do the same thing again when you're 16 shows there's a pattern. Well, and we only actually have your word for it, right? I mean, there might not be hard evidence to have nailed you, but you can understand why people will be suspicious given your omissions. I mean, if I play with my village friends at golf, there's a kind of integrity to the way we play, even though there's no money on the line. If one of them cheated at golf and I caught them, then I might give them a pass, although it would just be unthinkable they would do that. But if they did it again, I'd never play with them again.
Whoa, what was that? Whoa, what? Did the lawyer just touch Hans's leg there? Wait, what was that?
I might give them a pass, although it would just be
that?
Unthinkable they would do that. But if they did it again, I'd never...
What is that? What is that? What is that? I just noticed that. What is that? Okay, he'll do it a bunch of times, okay.
I'll play with them again.
Piers, we understand Hans was 16 years old. He made a mistake. We understand that you have a different interpretation. He was playing online in a game that really didn't matter at a young age. We understand, and you're not wrong. But to try to extrapolate from the fact of something that he did on an online game when he was 16 and say, once a cheater, always a cheater. If you did something when you were 16, I'm going to hold it against you for the rest of your life. We think that's a little harsh, and it certainly doesn't properly characterize.
Out of interest, all right, but why couldn't he answer that question?
I think he was trying to.
Well, no.
Well, he wasn't. You jumped in.
Sorry.
Yeah,
oh my God!
It was really aimed at you. You understand my analogy, right? If people, you know, if you cheat in a sport once, when you're young,
understand, but I can give you an analogy as well. So let's say that a 16-year-old kid went into like a pickup basketball game. That is the equivalent of the games that I cheated in at 16 years old. Is the equivalent of a meaningless pickup basketball game. So let's say in a pickup basketball game,
wow.
you did something. I don't know how that would, whatever,
So let me step in here and give you guys an example. If I'm playing a meaningless game against, let's just say Alireza Firouzja, or I'm playing a meaningless game against Jan Nepomniachtchi, if one of those guys were to cheat against me, would I really feel okay and think that it's meaningless? Of course I wouldn't feel okay. It's not meaningless at all. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You fouled, you didn't call a foul, or something like that. Let's say you did that in a pickup basketball game. Do you think that should define my entire career?
It's not
especially,
a foul, though. You're using computerized systems to
some way of I understand
to
that,
make
but
moves.
some way
I mean,
of
in
cheating,
chess, I can't think of a more egregious way of cheating than doing that. You're using a non-human brain to beat a human. I mean, it's just it's fragrant.
But he did not do that here. But he did not do that here. Meaning, what he did back then, what he did about 5 years ago, and then about 10 years ago, you're correct. He's admitted that, and he's apologized for that.
Yeah.
But that has absolutely nothing to do with what happened here. Nothing else could be closer to the truth. He played with integrity, he played with honesty, and he won that way.
So yesterday, I believe, you played Vladimir Kramnik
Oh
on
no.
chess.com. And
wow.
you beat him. And Kramnik said afterwards, I've decided to stop playing on chess.com from tomorrow on.
Oh no.
There's too many obvious cheaters on here, and nothing is done to clean the platform from these small crooks. Harsh words, but true. What did you make of that?
Well, the Kramnik situation is quite complex because I actually beat him about a week ago.
This is the one thing I am going to say here, like, because everyone's probably assuming I'm biased one way or the other. For Piers to say harsh but true, like, it is a little bit of like questionable context. That is a little bit questionable in terms of the way that he phrases that there. That is a little bit questionable. That's the first thing I've seen that is questionable.
Well, the Kramnik situation is quite complex because I actually beat him about a week ago, and he made a video that was a bit confusing. But actually, a couple days ago, I had private correspondence with him where he told me that he personally has no issue with me, and where he said that it was not meant to be an accusation whatsoever. So
what was it supposed to be?
Think
I mean,
that's related
it
to
couldn't
me.
have been a more blatant...
Well, wait a second. Kramnik actually said harsh but true. Oh, that was part of the quote. Okay, that I did not realize. Okay, that was true. He said harsh but true. Interesting.
Suggestion that you cheated again.
Well, that contradicts, the direct, the private correspondence and email that he sent to me. And
But why would he
actually invited
Why would
me.
he infer you're a cheat in public in the way that he did? That was yesterday.
Well, my name was never mentioned. He's accused a lot of people of cheating. He's accused. Yeah, but he played that same day. He played against 10 other people.
Right.
And considering that I was invited by him to Amsterdam to meet him and to play games with him, it seems a bit weird that that he would do that.
This whole thing is
and
insane.
then the next day, supposedly accused me of cheating. So, I understand that how it might look, but he's privately reached out to me, and I was invited to Amsterdam. I unfortunately can't go due to another conflict, but I hope to meet him and to discuss things in more detail with him.
Okay, you sued Magnus
Isn't that the
Carlsen.
real damage of this also, Piers? Isn't that the real damage as well? So whenever now someone beats someone, rather than acknowledge it and say that I'll get better.
Wait, what just happened? Did I just
now
have a
this is
game?
set of
Wait,
press-
what just happened? Did I just have a game start? No, what just happened? That was weird. Okay. Wait, what just happened? Let me close this. Just happened. Sorry about that. Let's keep going. I must have been following Magus or somebody. Let's keep going.
That whenever someone beats you,
Well, yeah, of
instead
course,
of trying
but
to make
Terence,
yourself better, you
unfortunately-
try to take it away from them.
Yes, but unfortunately, actions have consequences. If you admit you've cheated twice over a 4-year period, and you become a Grand Master the year after the second time, and you're now only 20 now, people are going to obviously cast aspersions.
Well, why do you focus on those 2 isolated incidents? Why don't you focus on all
they're
the
the two
hundreds
he's
of matches
admitted
that
to.
he's won?
They're the two your clients admitted to.
Of course, but the other hundreds of matches that he's won, are those totally meaningless? So you can always focus on the shade.
I don't know.
Focus on the sun
I
as
can
well.
only.
The majority.
I'm not judging your client. I'm just saying he's admitted to cheating twice over a 4-year period, and that's why maybe people are.
In meaningless games,
I mean, people do wonder how
You're
did
correct,
you
we're
beat.
not-
They do wonder how did you beat Magnus Carlsen?
Okay, well, if you want to take that logic, right? So I have proven my strength, right? Chess.com themselves
Meaningless games. Oh man. Meaningless games.
have said that since they gave me a short ban before, they said that since then I have never cheated. So on their website, I've beaten some of the best players in the world. I've performed at the highest level on their website, which they themselves say that I didn't cheat in. In addition to that, in over-the-board tournaments, I have continued to play chess at a very, very high level. I have, my ranking. My ranking did
I mean,
not just
I don't,
drop.
I mean, obviously, like what the chess.com report, I mean, it's very clear, like chess.com stands behind the report. What it says or doesn't say, like, I'll leave that up to like their own interpretation.
Even after this victory, I have proven my chess level and my chess strength time and time again. This is simply a case of where bullies are going after someone because they threaten their business interests.
So is
you
Magnus
should be
Carlsen
looking
a
at the
bully?
fact that of course he's a bully. He used his entire empire. He used his connections to chess.com. He leveraged his, the fact that there's a merger happening, and he got all of these people to attack me. And it's a bully. It's a simple thing. But I don't let people bully me. I'm going to stand up to him, and I stood up to him. And I look forward to
Chess Empire, Chess Empire, yeah. The Magnus's Chess Empire. Yep.
Board again, and I'm going to do what I do best and prove myself.
Are you still
time and
suing
time
him?
again.
Are you still suing him for $100 million?
No.
You dropped that.
The case has been resolved, Piers.
Yeah. And did he?
Correct.
Did he pay any money or?
We can't discuss that.
Oh wow.
Okay. Out of interest,
going?
how do you disprove that you've used anal beads to cheat?
Here we go again.
How could I, disprove a negative? It's like,
Well, no, that's what I'm
how do
asking.
you expect me? But let's first of all discuss that. That is not a
man.
serious theory. Okay, that was something that was taken out of context, and that was never a serious thing. That was something that the media caught up. But that was, if you look at the consensus among chess players, the consensus among experts, it is an unequivocal fact that I have never cheated in an over-the-board game. So I find,
Yeah, but again, I'm
these
just asking.
allegations
Yeah,
to
but
be-
Hans,
to
I'm just
be-
wondering, how do you disprove it? I mean, were you strip searched? Did they explore cavities? Where do we go here?
Oh my god.
Well, through tournaments, there are security checks where they, will do, various security checks, metal detectors, different scanners.
Would that pick up anal beads? Do you know?
Oh wow.
I don't know, Piers. I have no.
I'm genuinely
I-
curious.
You
I
should
have no
invite
idea.
them on your
I'm
show.
not-
You should invite them on your show and ask them that. It appears that's the main topic of your curiosity appears to be that, as opposed to the fact that you have a 19-year-old champion who defeated a champion who defeated the whole world of chess in the largest cyberbullying case in history, the world of chess versus Hans
Wow.
Niemann. And he
Wow.
stated-
I mean, like, wow. Yeah, that's the largest cyberbullying case of all time. That's like really sad to hear someone say. That's really sad to hear someone say. I mean, there have been people who've been driven to suicide by cyberbullying, and you're literally going to compare that to this. Like, that is just tragic. Really, really tragic. I mean, seriously, people have been cyberbullied and committed suicide, and you're going to try to say this. That's just so tragic to hear.
to talk about it, and he's still a victor. And instead of becoming bitter, he became better. And you want to ask him about the anal beads, something he never said or never did. We don't know the answer to that question, Piers. Maybe you can ask the anal bead people. Have them on your show, and they can explain it to you better.
I think I will, because it's actually a fascinating. Listen, I love chess. I was my prep school
You
chess
seem to
champion.
love anal beads better, Piers.
Well, I was my prep school chess champion. I never cheated, right? So we have that. We're different, right?
Until somebody says that you did. Until somebody says
No,
that you did.
I was
Hans
chess
never cheated
champion
either.
age 12,
Hans never
actually. The
cheated
same
either.
age that your client cheated, I didn't cheat. Never crossed my mind. Would never have cheated at chess.
You're a better person. You're a better person.
Your words, not mine.
Wait, what?
But I'm genuinely.
Wait, what just did his lawyer just did Hans's lawyer just say that Piers Morgan is a better person than his client? Did I just misunderstand that or something? Wait, what? Wait a second, I have to go back. Wait.
Somebody says
No,
that you
no,
did.
I was
Hans
chess
never cheated
champion
either.
age 12,
Hans never
actually. The
cheated
same
either.
age that your client cheated, I didn't cheat. Never crossed my mind. Would never have cheated at chess.
You're a better person. You're a better person.
Your words, not mine, Terence. But
Okay.
I'm genuinely curious. It was a massive story, as you know. It's why you're famous outside of the chess world. It's because there was this allegation made, and it was fueled by the world champion, who couldn't understand how in normal circumstances you would beat him. And then came this extraordinary...
Well, he's lost to many people of my same ranking many times. So this idea that it's a statistical anomaly, he can lose one game. And that's the issue, right? He lost to people similar age, similar rating, multiple times recently. So me beating him in a singular game is not a statistical anomaly, right? Chess, a lot of the top players are very, very good, and there's slim
That's
margin.
like that's not the point. But let's keep going.
So anything can happen in one game, and considering my recent rise, it's not going to be the last time that I beat him.
He hasn't agreed to play you, as I understand it. Is he chickening out? What's the deal there?
I mean, like when Magnus has lost, so let's just say Esipenko or Pragnananta or others. Like I'm just waiting to hear like where is Magnus bullying them? I'd just like to know where Magnus is bullying Pragnananta or Esipenko or all the others. I'd like to know where that happened. Yeah, I'd like to know.
Oh, he has agreed to play me. He put out a public statement that he will play.
Right, but there's no date, right?
So, well, when we are matched in a tournament, which is inevitable, we will play.
And will you allow yourself to be strip searched just to rule out any rumors?
Whoa, there's a touch again. Jeez.
Find that question to be just I can't take you seriously when you ask those questions, Piers. I'm sorry, because you're entertaining honestly an allegation that should not even be taken seriously, because it's purely for you to get media attention when this is it's not even a serious thing. How can you as a reporter take that allegation seriously at all?
Well, listen, Elon Musk.
No, but I know. Do you genuinely believe that? No, but do you actually believe that is the case?
I don't know.
Could you even fathom a world?
I don't know. I know you're
is...
capable of cheating because you've admitted it. I don't know how far you go. You cheated twice in a 4-year period.
I've never cheated in an over-the-board game. I've never. Well, I'm clearly not. I'm not capable, and I've never cheated in an over-the-board game.
I'm so confused by this.
You accept that, right? We have your word for that.
My word. It's unequivocal. Chess.com themselves said that.
Right.
It is an unequivocal statistical fact that I have never cheated.
Here's what I don't understand. Like, why on earth is Hans doing this interview? That's what I don't understand about this at all. Like, why on earth is he doing this interview to begin with? It just doesn't make any sense. Why would you do this interview?
Game, and that is something you cannot debate.
Elon Musk, as you know, tweeted on what was known as Twitter, then is now X. Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one can see because it's in your butt. What did you feel when you read that?
Jeez.
Well, I was a bit surprised. I was surprised. I didn't really think much of it. I focused on competing, and I don't let these things affect me. And my goal is to become the best chess player in the world, and to give back to chess players all around the world. And I think that chess is a beautiful game that should be spread, and that's why I intend to do a lot more charity work and give back to the communities who helped me.
Do you think when you play Magnus Carlsen again, you'll kick his butt, for want of a better phrase?
Wow.
I'll just let my chess speak for itself.
Hans Niemann. And Terence, your lawyer. Thank you both very much indeed.
That was a wild interview.
Thank you.
I got to be honest. That was pretty wild. That was pretty wild to listen to. Frankly, I don't understand why Hans did this interview in the first place. It doesn't make any sense to me why he would do this interview. It just seems very clearly like he's going to be asked these questions that like how are you even supposed to answer some of those questions? Just kind of wild. Really wild out there. Why? Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of wild. The whole thing is wild. I don't know why you would do that interview. It's publicity. Yeah, I mean, but wow, that was wild. I mean, my only takeaway is when you say that, like, essentially, like, whether he's referring to the games against like Nepo or the others, or whether he's talking about like whether he's talking about like the tournament when he's 12, like, at the end of the day, calling games meaningless is really, I don't know, it's just sad. I just find it sad. That's the bottom line. I find it sad. So yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is, but definitely, yeah, that's what it is. Bringing beads in the interview, Piers is a clown. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's true though. I mean, when Elon starts talking about beads, that's what like made it go around the world, because when he tweeted on Twitter, that's when everything blew up for sure. So it is what it is. Definitely a little bit wild to listen to. So yeah, that's what it is. My bias is crazy. My bias is crazy. I mean, I think it's just insane on all sides. I think it's insane. That's the bottom line. I don't think there's anyone who necessarily looks very good in this interview. That's the bottom line.